We just went to the Omaha Zoo and it was awesome. So, top 10 tips for visiting the Omaha Zoo that you're not going to quickly find on just a quick Google search. Okay, so if you can, I would recommend going 2 days to the zoo. You can buy 2-day consecutive passes, and it's a little bit cheaper than 2 individual days of admission. So buy those passes, and if you can, just go in 2 days. You would not be able to see everything if you tried to do it in 1 day. For me, vacations are just absolutely ruined when we're like trying to like get to it and do the next thing, and we're hurrying the kids along and everybody's just grouchy. No, go 2 days. It will be worth it. When it comes to admission, 1, buy your tickets online. We didn't even wait in line. We just walked right up, scanned, and went through. The other thing is, don't use the restrooms right outside of the entrance. Go through the entrance, and then right when you walk in, you go to the right and there's a restaurant. Go in there. We went to those restrooms probably 4-ish times throughout our 2 days, and no one was ever there. So just make your life a little bit easier and don't start your day out with a bunch of lines either to get tickets or to use the restroom. Something I didn't realize, you can't take strollers or wagons in the butterfly pavilion. So if that's something you're planning on, plan it around times that you're not going to need your stroller or your wagon. Do not miss, because we almost did, do not miss the downstairs night animals of the Desert Dome exhibit. Goes into this cave. There's alligators and a beaver. Did not know I was going to see a beaver. I was so excited. A beaver and a, not an armadillo, what is it? I don't know. It had a long nose. Aardvark. An aardvark. I've never seen an aardvark, but it was cool. Do not miss that. Highly recommend. That was actually one of my favorite exhibit habitat areas that we went to. So don't miss that one, because it is easily missable. There's not even like a huge like to do for the display. It's like, okay, now go this way for these animals. So we are 6, almost 7 years into parenting. How did we not know to just feed them constantly from morning to night? You can bring in snacks, you can bring in water, you can bring in anything you want, coolers, whatever. We did a little bit of a snack in the morning, like mid-morning, and then by lunch, everybody was just monsters. Like, the kids were crazy. My husband and I were just fed up. And I'm sure literally everyone at the Omaha Zoo with kids at some point goes through this, but it was a mess. After we did lunch, we did a few more exhibits. We just went back to the car because you can get back in with your tickets. So we went back to the car. We just drove around. All the kids fell asleep. We went and got smoothies from like a place downtown. And this is not the time to take a stand on, you should have ate your breakfast, because believe me, we tried that. We said that this is why you're crazy. This is why you're angry, because you didn't finish your breakfast. We told you. No, this is not the time to do that. You do that at the Garden City Zoo. That's free and a 5-minute drive. You don't do it at the Omaha Zoo. That was 7 hours away. So feed your kids constantly. We took sandwiches, extra sandwiches, chips, pouches, lots of applesauce pouches, jerky. So just snacks constantly. Along those same lines, if you have the option, bring something that all of the kids can ride in. We were lucky enough to have friends that let us borrow their wonderful wagon, and then we had our stroller. Well, first day, we thought, oh, we'll just cram everything into the Wonderfold, and one of the kids can walk and 2 of the kids can ride, or I can carry the baby for a little bit, and the 2 kids can walk, no. So again, after our naps, we went back in with the stroller and the Wonderfold wagon and got the kids out as necessary. And the next day, we just started out with the wagon and the stroller, and it just made everything more pleasant. I mean, you do so much walking. It's huge. So bring something everyone can ride in, and they do have rentals at the zoo. This one is a little bit like rudimentary, but I would recommend wearing something with pockets. I take a lot of pictures, and it was so nice to just be able to like grab it out of my pocket instead of having to like unzip it out of my purse or, whatever. Take that for what it's worth. If that fits like your vibe in your life, I would wear something with pockets so you could grab your phone really easy and take just quick pictures or little videos. I think it's worth not taking the strollers and the wagons into the buildings. It's nice because then you're not having to stroller around so many people. Also, that way the kids like could go and look at the exhibits really easily. A lot of them are made so kids can get right up against the glass and look, and like they have those bubbles that kids can get in and kind of see the whole habitat. Unless you need to do it, which some families need to have the stroller or, you know, like an accessible thing for their kids, so obviously take that. But if you don't need it, I think it's worth it to just leave those things outside. And there's stroller parking areas. We weren't afraid anybody was going to take any of our stuff, especially the jungle. I would recommend leaving the stroller outside. Parking when you get there, if you go Friday through Sunday, there's a north parking lot and a north entrance. The south entrance, south parking lot, that's the main entrance. The zoo opens at 9, and a lot of the exhibits open at 10, like a lot of the buildings open at 10. But we got there around like 9:30, I think, 9:45, and we did not get a bad parking spot on a Saturday. You can park at the north parking lot Friday through Sunday. So just look at the map and map out what you want to do. What's the weather going to be like? Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be rainy? There's a lot of the indoor exhibits. There's the jungle, there's the desert dome, the pavilion, the aquarium. There's like a Madagascar exhibit. So you can kind of plan your visit around that. We didn't do anything that cost extra, like a virtual reality thing. That would have been cool. We just kind of forgot about it and got to it. The kids were happy enough, so we didn't need to do anything extra. The train was actually inoperable when we were there. We didn't eat at any of the restaurants. So you can do plenty with just the price of admission. We didn't do anything extra, but there were plenty of restaurants, places to eat. From what I've heard, the food is actually like really good quality. This is a little bonus tip. If you have a baby that's going to need to nap in the desert, in the basement where it's so dark, the baby was so tired and he just was not going to sleep. But I nursed him and it was so dark, he fell asleep in that basement of the desert dome. That worked out really nicely. So if you need like a getaway from a whole bunch of noise and light and your baby needs a nap, like maybe plan your day around and nap time around that. So the last thing is the children's adventure trails. We didn't go because as we were walking past, we had done enough. The kids were happy. We didn't need to do more. And from what we could see from the entrance, it was sand. So we're like, no. It does look cool. And so I would recommend to do it towards the end of your stay because it's got sand, it's got dirt, they can dig, and there's also water features so they can get wet. Now you probably just don't want to do that at the beginning of the day. Maybe in the heat of the day, depends on the time of year that you go. But if we were going to go again, we would definitely plan for the children's adventure trail at the end of the day. It was such a fun trip. I would recommend everyone go at least once. Definitely check out the Omaha Zoo.